अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिनि व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्द योगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यास्मद्गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। यत्साक्षात् सच्चिदानन्दं प्रत्यगद्वयमक्रियं तन्नमामि नरसिंहस्य योगिगम्यं परं पदम्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। Further, so we are looking at the sequence leading to dukkha, samsara dukkha. So what is the root cause for dukkha? So initially, dukkha karana is said to be deha upadana, deha grahana, aham mama graha. And deha will be there as long as purvopachita dharma adharma is there. So dharma adharma mulatvat. As long as dharma adharma is there, so long the deha will have towards the deha will have ahangraha mamagraha, and that will lead to dukkha. So we have to deal with dharma and adharma. So further here Tikakara says atrayam abhisandhi, and there also tayoscha vihita pratisiddha karma mulatvad anivritti. Tayoscha kayoho dharma adharmayo. So dharma and adharma have their basis in karma. So as long as karma continues, dharma or adharma will be born. There are very few karmas that don't lead to any phala. So it will give some phala. There will hardly be a karma, meaning neutral. I am saying from the Vedic perspective, every karma will have a result. But if it is not vihita or nishiddha, then generic karma will give you generic results, laukika. So here, vihita pratishiddha karma will lead to dharma and adharma, punya and papa. Dharma and adharma there is in the sense of punya and papa. So as long as a person does vihita karma, so long punya will accrue and pratishiddha karma will lead to papa. Therefore, dharma and adharma won't go away. So deha upadana won't go away, and therefore dukkha won't go away. This is the sequence. To this the Tika says, atrayam abhisandhi. There is some abhisandhi, there is some deeper meaning, some hidden deeper meaning. What is it? Satyapi dehe yadyapi kadachit kinchit dukkham nivartyamanam upalabhyate tathapi. So he says, Purvapakshi has offered solutions to dukkha. For adhyatmika dukkha, Ayurvedadi, some remedy is there. For adibhautika also, some local remedy is there. Whatever works, you use that with anvaya vyatireka. And for adi daivika, he says the ishta paushtika karma. So those Vaidika karmas can take away the applications. Now he says now, afflictions, the dukkha. So he says, when you can deal with them separately, why do you need jnana? This is the Purva Paksha. So Siddhanti says, Satyapi dehe, as long as deha is there, there won't be nivritti from dukkha. This is the claim made by the Siddhanti. Purva Pakshi says, there are many places where you see that deha is continuing, but there is no dukkha. So Siddhanti says, okay, satyapi dehe, even when the deha is there, yadyapi kadachit kinchit dukkham nivartyamanam upalabhyate. We don't say that dukkha won't go away. Some dukkha will go away. Another dukkha will come up. That is what we mean. So kadachit, sometimes, kinchit, some dukkha, nivartyamanam, going away is seen, upalabhyate. It is experienced. Everyone knows that. Tathapi, now there is a little tarka bhasha. This is a little tricky to explain also. So I'll keep it, give a very basic explanation to this. समानाधिकरण दुखांतर प्रागभाव समानकालीन दुख निवृत्तेः देह उपादाने सति असंभवात्. He says, although there is an experience upalabhyate of nivartyamanam, of nivritti of dukkha, some dukkha sometime goes away. This is an experience of everyone. Still he says समानाधिकरण दुखांतर प्रागभाव समानकालीन दुख निवृत्तेः देह उपादाने सति असंभवात्. So what is asambhava? As long as deha upadana is there, so long what is asambhava? He says dukkha nivritti. What kind of a dukkha nivritti? Samana kalina. At the same time, of what? Samanadikarana dukkhantara pragabhava. So pragabhava is prior absence. Pragabhava. So ghata pragabhava means that ghata will come up. Ghata will come up now. That's the meaning of ghata pragabhava. So he says dukkhantara. Anyat dukkham dukkhantaram. Now let's say some dukkha at this moment goes away. At this moment. So at this time, in the samanadikarana, with samanadikarana, what else is there? When the dukkha goes away, some dukkha will come up. So the dukkha which is already being readied in prarabdha for bhoga, that dukkha is available. Not only that, all dukkhas in the future which are reserved for this jiva are going to be made ready sometime in the future. So if they are going to be made ready sometime in the future, their pragabhava exists now. So in the samanadikarana of dukkha nivritti, which you are experiencing right now, oh, this dukkha has gone away, I suffered a lot. At that same time, in the same place and time, you have what? Samanadikarana dukkhantara, anya dukkha, pragabhava is there. You don't have dukkha maybe right now, because there is a huge load which has gone away. So you say, oh, this dukkha is gone. Some other dukkha is going to come up. Again, more and more dukkha is going to come up. They are going to be there in the future. Therefore, their pragabhava exists right now. So in the samanadikaran, there is dukkhantara, anya dukkha pragabhava. Dukkha may not be there, but dukkha, anya dukkha pragabhava is there. That is dukkhantara pragabhava. And dukkhantara pragabhava asamanakalina dukkha nivritti. And at another time, asamanakala, later in the future, you will have dukkha nivritti. That kind of a situation will never be there. If you have dukkha pragabhava, then dukkha will be there. Dukkha pragabhava is there right now in samanadikarana with the dukkha nivritti at this moment. So at this very time, if you get moksha, meaning jnanena moksha, then there won't be any dukkha in the future, because dukkha is mithya. If that understanding is there and you have atmajnana which will take away dukkha completely, atyantika dukkha nivritti, that's a different matter. But we are saying that as long as the body is there, you cannot have asamana kalina dukkha nivritti. That later I'll never have dukkha. That situation will never be there. It has to be at this moment. There should be no pragabhava of dukkha, or you should have samana kalina dukkha nivritti. All dukkha should go away right now, in this moment. That will happen only in jnana, when ajnana, their karya goes, their karana, samasta dukkha karana, which is ajnana, that goes away. As long as that is there, deha upadana will be there. Deha upadana is there, then deha upadane sati asambhavat dukkha nivrittehe. What kind of dukkha? The future dukkha, asamana kalina. Why? Because you have dukkhantara pragabhava. The future dukkha pragabhava is sitting right there in samanadikarana with your current dukkha nivritti. This is the meaning. Therefore, what? Tan nivrittihi. There is a na missing here in this book. Otherwise, it has to be taken as purva paksha. But here, tan nivrittihi na upayantara sadhya, or na tan nivritti upayantara sadhya. If na is not there, it has to be added, because here upayantara means anya upaya. What is anya upaya? other than jnana. So when you take in that sense, then na upayantara sadhya, because upayantara is anya upaya. Anya to what? Which Siddhant is proposing? Jnana. Or what Purva Pakshi is proposing is all anya. For with Ayurveda, you take away the Adhyatmika Dukkha Ityadi, that is the proposition made. So Upaya Antaras are there. Upaya Antara is available, is the proposition by the Purva Pakshi. So we have said, yes, Yadyapi Kadachit Kinchit Dukkham Nivartyamana Upalabhyate with Anya Upaya. Still, this Samanadikana Dukkhantara Pragabhava Asamana Kalina Dukkha Nivritti is not going to be possible. Therefore, all these upayas are not going to work. This is the meaning here. So, na tan nivritti upayantara sadhya. Evam api, now Purva Pakshi says, this, as long as deha is there, you say dukkha won't go away, and deha will also go away someday. So he says, evam api dharma adharmayoho upabhogena upakshaye sati karanabhavat. What is the karana for deha upadana, deha grahana? He says dharma adharma. Siddhanti said dharma adharma. So is dharma adharmayoho upabhogena kshaye. Dharma and adharma will also go away by upabhoga. Punya papa phala is sukha dukkha. As long as dharma adharma is there, so long you will have sukha dukkha bhoga. That will also go away. Dharma adharmaya will go away by bhoga. You cannot eat the same laddu twice. If you have consumed the punya, it's gone. It will not give phala anymore. It has given the phala. Similarly, all papa will be consumed by bhoga. They won't give any phala anymore. Therefore, upabhogena kshaya sati karana bhavat. There won't be any karana left. Dharma, adharma won't be left anymore to give you another deha. Therefore, what? Deha santanasyapi. Deha santana. Tanu vistare. Sampurvaka tanu vistare. So the continuity of deha, samsarana. That is what samsarana is. They say transmigration. The translation for samsara is transmigration across bodies. So that will also go away. You won't get this series of dehas. You won't take janma anymore. Therefore, deha santanasya api vichcheda bhavishyati iti. In the future, there won't be any more deha. Tatraha tayoscha iti. So the Mulakara says, Vartikakara Bhagwan Sureshwaracharya says, Tayoscha vihita pratisiddha karma mulatvad anivrittihi. Dharma and adharma. Tayoho means dharma adharmayoho. Vihita pratisiddha karma mulatvad. Since vihita and pratisiddha karma continue as long as deha is there, so long the punya and papa, dharma adharma will also be coming up again and again. So you cannot say that by upabhoga there is kshaya. New dharma and adharma is being born as and when you are taking care of the old ones. So you are taking care of the dukkha right now. You are solving the dukkha, but more dukkha is being sown with the karma. And sukha also. Otherwise, if we had some sukha and it is going to continue, then we won't struggle to accumulate all, plan for the future and accumulate resources for sukha. Therefore, sukha and dukkha are going to be there as long as deha is there, because karma will be there and dharma adharma will be born, leading to sukha dukkha. Sukha anyway, not many are bothered. We are focused on dukkha right now. So sukha dukkha are taken along because for the Siddhanti sukha bhoga vaisheka sukha we have seen is also in the dukkha koti, dukkha paksha. Okay, so Tikakara further says tayorapi. Tayo means what? Dharma adharma yoho. So dharma adharma punya papa also are what? Having basis in vita pratisiddhe ye karmani yajana brahmahananadi vyapara lakshane tajjanyatva tayostitau na tannivrittir. Lot of pronouns. So tayostitau tannivritti. So what is this tat? Then tajjanyatvat. Lot of pronouns are being used. So this is the style of the tika. Generally, they'll assume that you know which tat is being talked about from the mula. So tayorapi here is tayoscha, that tayoho. Tayo is dharma and adharma. Punya papayoho. Vihita pratisiddhe ye karmani. Vihita and pratisiddha. Vihita will lead to dharma. Pratisiddha karma will lead to adharma. So those which are Vihita and pratisiddha karma, karmani, dvachana, like what? He says yajana. Yajana is Vihita. Yaga is Vihita, which will lead to dharma. And Brahmahanana, Brahmahatya ityadi, that is Nishiddha, Pratisiddha, which will lead to adharma. So yajana brahma hananadi vyapara lakshane. Karma is what? Karma has lakshana in the form of vyapara. What kind of vyapara? Yaga or brahmahatya ityadi. To this there is a tippana. We look at this tippana. Second tippana. Ahar 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 aha sandhyam upasita ityadine vihita karmani yajana padartha. So yajana is just a sampling. Yajana adi. So yaga need not be only yaga. So brahmachari does not have adhikara in agnihotra karma. He'll do agni karya, but otherwise yaga will also include sandhya upasana. So daily one has to do sandhya thrice a day. So ityadini vihita. So these will lead to dharma. Then brahmahanana is what? Brahmano na hantavyaha. Nishiddha is there. Kalanjam na bhakshayed. Bhakshayed or bhakshayed? Both are there. I think bhakshayed would be churadi gana bhaksh dhatu. Ityadini pratishiddhani shruti pramanat. Since there is pramana in Vedas which says that, Brahmana should not be killed. Kalanjam na bhakshayed. So one should not eat onions. So all these restrictions are there. Pratishiddha. Prohibitions, not restrictions, prohibitions. So these will lead to adharma, will lead to papa. Papa will lead to dukkha. So you cannot say, why am I suffering? Many people say, I did not do anything, I'm suffering. Generally, parents will say, oh, my child didn't do anything, very sadhu. This child is, he's never even killed an ant or a mosquito, but still he is suffering. Why? Purva jarma karma. You cannot say he didn't do anything. Right now, you can't see he has done anything. Even if, parents are biased towards their children, even if the child has done something, they'll say, our child did not do anything. So, Purva Janma, what all your child has done, what you have done, you don't know your own karma. How can you know your children's karma? So, all this is there as, as waiting to accrue to the jiva. Accumulated across janmas. No karma will go away without bhoga. So Sanchita stores all these. Now here, Yajana Brahma Hananadi Vyapara Lakshane Ye Karmani, which are what? Vihita Pratisiddhe, which are dharma leading to dharma adharma. Tayorapi. Now this karma is what have its basis is what? Karmani Yajana Brahma Hananadi Vyapara Lakshane Tajjanyatvat. Tajjanyatvat, because these dharma adharma are born out of these two karmas, which are Vihita and Pratisiddha. Therefore, Tajjanyatvat Tayostitau. Tayoho kayoho dharma adharmayostitau. Dharma and dharma will continue to be there. Not the same ones. New ones will pop up. So they'll continue to be there. And therefore, Tayostitau Satyam, Sati Saptami, Na Tan Nivrittihi. Tan Nivritti Tat is what? Dukkha Nivrittihi or Deha Upadana. Deha Upadana, Nivritti won't be there. So Deha Upadana will continue. So here Tat will be Deha Upadanam. Tan Nivrittihi Nasti. Not possible, na sambhavati. Now he says Tayohapi. Tayohapi Anityatva. Tayohapi means karma. Vihita and Pratisiddha karma are also anitya. Why you start a karma, yaga, it will end. If you start eating onions, it is not that you are going to keep on, eating onions. It will end. So he says, Tayohapi Vihita Pratisiddha Karmanoho Anityatvat. Api Anityatvat. Karma is also anitya. Therefore, Purva Pakshi says, Swayameva Vichhodo Bhavishyati. Ityatah. It will also go away on its own. If karma ends on its own, then dharma and adharma also will not be born. Then deha will not be born. Then dukkha won't be there. What is the problem? Ask the Purva Pakshi. Siddhanti says ityataha karmanascha iti. So Moola says karmanascha ragadvesha aspadatvat. Ragadvesha aspadatvat. Karma has its basis in raga and dvesha. So as long as raga, likes and dislikes, dvesha continue, karma will continue. We have a very unholy triad. In Shastra, unholy triad is talked about. Ajnana or avidya, kama, karma. As long as ajnana is there, one will have kama. So kama is raga here, but kama can include raga, dvesha both there. Kama, kama. Raga, dvesha both. So ajnana will lead to kama, kama will lead to karma. To meet your desires, you have to do karma. Whether the desire is in the form of nivarana of something or accumulating something or protecting something also, yoga kshema. Those who have shraddhas will give up. Yoga kshemam vahamyam, Bhagavan says, I'll take care of it. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita. Otherwise, what? Karmanascha ragadvesha asparatvat. What? Karma nivritti na sambhavati. So this anivritti can be taken here or some pada which comes up later. The pada will be what? Here you have, in the end you have avyavritti. Avyavritti, nivritti, anivritti, all these padas can be added here. You have seen in the last pata, there was a, in Moola, what was said? Yeah, anuchitti. So three words have been used. Anuchitti, you can say anuchitti, dukkasya anuchittihi, or that anuchitti can be brought here and you can say, or here you have anivritti, and later is avyavritti. Same meaning. Won't go away. None of these will go away. There's a chain. So he says, karmanascha ragadveshasparatvat, what? Karmanaha anivrittihi. Karma will not end. Because ragadvesha won't end. To this the Tika says, Vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya api karmajatasya ragadvesha prayojyatvat tayoho stitau na tatsantana vicheda ityartha. Now we get the idea as to what is the sequence here. So sequence will continue, and at each stage, Siddhanta is giving a hetu why this basis won't go away, because it has basis in another. There is a chain reaction. So karma won't go away. Why? He says vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya api karma jatasya. He says karma jata here is samuva. So some group of karmas go away. You stop doing some set of karmas. Why? Because some remedy is there. Some raga has gone away. Some dvesha has gone away. Some set of karmas you give up. He says that is possible. But other raga dveshas are there. Therefore, you will indulge in some other karma. So vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya api karma jatasi. Here vyakti rupena you can say you have started some karma for whatever reason. It will end on its own. Swabhavikataya. Because Purva Pakshi has said what? Tayorapi anityatvat. So vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya you can say anityatvena. Because one has started karma, whether it is vihita like yaga will end. Okay, yaga will end. Set of yagas will end. Again, nishiddha karma like kalanjana, bhakshana, etc. That will also end sometime. He says, vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya api. Okay, individually you take set of actions, they'll end on their own. I agree. But still, karma jatasya vyakti rupena vichidyamanasya api raga dvesha prayojyatvat. Raga and dvesha will continue. Again, you will indulge in the same things, whether vita or nishiddha. Again, we keep on continuing this. So, raga dvesha is prodding one to act. Do this, do this. Therefore, as long as raga and dvesha continue, so long one will keep on doing karma. Therefore, ragadvesha prayojyatvat tayoho stitau, ragadveshoho stitau satyam na tat santana vichhedaha. Karma santana will continue. Karma will not be uprooted at all. Ityarthaha. Purva Pakshi says ragadvesharopi swatayeva nivrityam ashankya aha. Ragadvesha also, I mean, generally when you like something, that like does not stay for forever. You grow up, you outgrow it. Dvesha also, at some time you will say, okay, let it be. Let that person, be on it, on the person's, live and let live. So there are cases like that. So dvesha, it gets converted into friendship also. Enemies become friends, friends become enemies, especially in politics, all the while. So he says, since raga dvesha also is anitya. This is a thinking. He says raga dvesha rupi swata eva nivrittim ashankya. They'll also anitya, so they'll also end sometime. Ityata ashankya aha ragadveshoscha iti. In the Mula, it says ragadveshoscha shobhana ashobhana adhyasa nibandhanatvat. So ragadvesha will also not go away. Anivritti. Why? Ragadveshayo shobhana ashobhana adhyasa nibandhanatvat. Nibandhana is what? Mula karana. So shobhana adhyasa and ashobhana adhyasa. There's a dvandva here. Shobhana ashobhana adhyasa means shobhana adhyasascha ashobhana adhyasascha shobhana ashobhana adhyasau. Then tau nibandhanam yayoho ragadveshayoho tau ragadveshau shobhana ashobhana adhyasa nibandhanau in Pullinga. Then tasya bhava or tayoho bhava and then tasmat panchami. So what does it mean? Raga dvesha have their basis in shobhana and ashobhana adhyasa. Shobhana adhyasa will lead to raga. Ashobhana adhyasa will lead to dvesha. So as long as shobhana and ashobhana adhyasa is brahma. Here there is a tippana. What is a tippana there? Vastuni ramaniya bodha janya adhyasa shobhana adhyasa. What is shobhana adhyasa? Is the lakshana. Vastuni ramaniya bodha janya adhyasa. This is very ramaniya. I rejoice this. If I rejoice something, see that particular vastu vishaya, I rejoice it, somebody does not rejoice. Same vastu. And at another point of time, I won't rejoice the same vastu either. We have seen the example. The easiest example to take is sweet. You eat, even if you like sweet, you eat, 5 pieces, 6th piece you can't have, whatever is the number. Therefore, it is an adhyasa. The Vishaya does not have Ramaniyatvam. There is no Ramaniyatvam in the Vishaya itself, by itself. So it is adhyasta by the consumer, the bhokta. One who considers oneself as bhokta. That's why we say, this is so beautiful, Ramaniya. Why? Beauty, in English also there is an adage, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So you find something beautiful, someone does not find it. So vastuni, unto the vastu, what? Ramaniya bodha janya adhyasaha shobhana adhyasaha. This buddhi. Tatra raga bhavati. Tatra ragaha bhavati. Then reverse of that, vastuni aramaniya bodha janya dveshatmakaha adhyasa shobhana adhyasa. So shobhana adhyasa is that adhyasa, that brahma, which Atmaka, what is the swarupa of that? Dvesha. Dvesha, and it is Aramaniya Bodhajanya. Aramaniya Bodhajanya. I don't like this. This is the buddhi. Born from that is this Dvesha. That is the swarupa of this adhyasa called Ashobhana adhyasa. Therefore, what Mulakara said, that as long as Ragadvesha continue, karma will continue and Ragadvesha will continue because Shobhana, Ashobhana adhyasa are the basis for it. Tika further explains, Visheshu idam Shobhanam Ramaniyam idam iti yaha pratyayaha yascha tad viparim, there should be a ta is missing here, viparitam. Yascha tad viparitam ashobhanam idam iti pratyayaha tau avyabhicharini vishaye vyabhicharitvad vibhrama bhumau ayoshcha sthitayoho na tajjanya ragadvesha santanasya vichcheda ityartha. So he explains the entire meaning of the mula there. Vishayeshu idam shobhanam ramaniyam idam. This is shobhana. This is really very nice. That kind of a buddhi to take any object. And ramaniyam idam. This is very, I really love this. I rejoice this. I enjoy this. all this thinking. Iti yaha pratyaya. Pratyaya is understanding, that kind of a thinking. Buddhi, bodha. And yascha tad viparitam. Opposite of that is what? Instead of idam shobhanam, ashobhanam idam. And instead of ramaniyam idam, aramaniyam idam. That kind of a buddhi. Iti pratyayaha. This kind of a thinking. Tau, both pratyas. Tau pratyayu. Both pratyas are what? Avyabhicharini vishaye vyabhicharitvat. There is vyabhichara. Sometimes you have this vichara, sometimes you don't have it. But all the time, if you have it, somebody else does not have it. So Vishaya is the same. Avyabhicharani Vishaya. Vishaya is the same. But the Ramaniya Buddhi is for Devadatta, and for Yajnayatta there is Aramaniya Buddhi in the same Vishaya. So the Vishaya which does not change, Vishaya is the same from the perspective of both at the same point of time, in the same place and time. Both, let's say Devadatta and Yajnayatta have one Vishaya. This Devadatta likes the Vishaya. A Yajnayatta does not like it. Why? It's the same Vishaya. So in the towards this avyabhichari Vishaya, there is Vyabhichara. What is the Vyabhichara? One Devadatta thinks idam shobhanam, whereas Yajnayatta says ashobhanam idam. So what does it mean? To know the Vishaya as it is Yathartha Jnana. Yathartha Jnana is what? Yathartha Jnana is Prama. Whereas Ayathartha Jnana, both cannot be right. One of them is definitely wrong, whether it is good or not. Factually, both are wrong. Because the Vishaya is neither Ramaniya nor Aramaniya. The Vishaya is as it is, whatever it is. If it is a flower, it is a red flower, it has redness, all these are facts. The facts do not have, another add-on fact there as to, okay, this is likable, this is not likable, dislikable. That kind of a feature, characteristic is not inherent to the Vishaya at all. This is superimposed. Therefore, it is adhyasa. So, tau pratyayu, which pratyaya? This shobhana adhyasa and ashobhana adhyasa. These pratyas or buddhis are what? Avyabhicharini Vishay Vyabhicharitvat Vibhrama Bhumau. They are both what? Vibhrama Bhuma. Both are what? They are Vibhrama, are Brahmas, Vishesha Brahmas. One has the Shobhaniyam idam, Ramaniyam idam or Shobhanam idam, this kind of a Vibhrama, Vishesha Brahma. Another has, this is Aramaniya. I don't like it at all. I don't want anything to do with it. That is also what? Vishesha Brahma. So both these Brahmas, as long as the Vibhrama Bhumi continues, as long as the Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa continues, Tayoscha Sthitayoho, as long as they are there, Na Tajjanya. Tajjanya is Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa Janya Ragadvesha Santanasya Vichcheda Ityartha. Ragadvesha won't go away as long as Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa continues. Now you have to see what is the reason for this thing, Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa to be there, whether that is Nitya or Anitya. So Purva Pakshi says, Tayorapi Adhyasayoho Anityatvat. He says, what is this Brahma? You see Rajju as Sarpa, you don't see it as Sarpa all the time. Maybe in the evening you saw it, you walk by the same place, you see that when there is light, you see that, or when you put a torch light on it, you see that it is not Sarpa, it is Rajju. So Brahma does not continue. If you are on the seashore, you see silver. You go to pick it up, you don't see silver. What do you see there? You see there is a shell. Shell appears like silver in bright sunlight. So you know it is a Brahma. Brahma does not continue forever. So Purva Pakshi says, Tayo api adhyasayoho. The Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa also is what? Anitya. Anityatvat swatayeva nivrittim ashankya. So even if you, let's say you like something, you dislike something, you will change your taste. Not only adhyasa examples that we saw, but let's say you have fear of something, you have like towards something, that will also go away sometime, right? It is not going to be nitya. So if it is not going to be nitya, then why do you need to treat it? Swatha eva nivrittim ashankya. it will also go away on its own. Therefore, Siddhanti says adhyasasya chaiti. What about adhyasa? This is the final problem to deal with. Brahma. Adhyasasya cha avicharita siddha dvaita vastu nimittatvat. He says avyavritti. Anvaya would be avyavritti. As long as you don't think about your adhyasa, whether this is sarpa or rajju, whether it is silver or shell, there should be some reason for you to inquire into it. If you don't have a reason, you won't think about it. If you don't think about it, then adhyasa will remain. Adhyasa has its basis in what? Nimitta. What is the nimitta? Dvaita vastu. As long as you see something different from you, the silver is different from me. I like silver. I would like to have this silver. Sarpa is different from me. I don't like Sarpa. I have fear of Sarpa. So I want to do away with Sarpa. As long as another Vastu is there, there is Raga and Dvesha possible. Brahma is going to be possible because Shobhana, Ashobhana, Adhyasa will be there. You cannot remain neutral with everything. Dvaita Vastu is there. Human nature is that if somebody else or something else is there, there is some, either you want a connection or you want to do away with connection. There are very few places where you find yourself as neutral if you have to deal with that every day, day in, day out. Something other than you. If somebody else has some problem, you are not bothered. You have no connection with that. Oh, once in a while, annual function, something you get together, you don't like someone, you say, ek din kar lo. One day, it's okay. But Dvaita Vastu, you keep on interacting with all your five sense organs, there is bound to be Raga Dvesha. Why? Because Shobhana, Ashobhana Adhyasa will come up. Yeah, I never had a like for this. Now I started liking it. I never hated this person, but I start, disliking this person. Why? I mean, sometimes, you see a person, you say, oh, that's how, kids also. Kids get together because they look at a person, they say, oh, I would like to be friend with, I'd like to have him as a friend. Another person, no, I don't want to play with him. Why? Some Purva Samskara is there. It is not look and feel or whatever. Even with look and feel, what you like, all that has come up from Samskara, which you have built over across Janmas. So Shobhana, Ashobhana, Adhyasa will be there. As long as that is there, Ragadvesha is there. You don't need to teach the child, make friendship with this person, you avoid this person. That is all later, parents teach. But if you look at his Swabhavika Pravrutti, the child's Swabhavika Pravrutti, I would like to, play with this kid. I don't want to play with this kid. Possibilities are there. Let's say, generally kids are innocent, so we'll say, okay, they'll play with everyone. Let's look at another feature. Why do they like something and they don't like some other thing? There they'll have bias. Even if kids say, okay, I mean, I'll play with anyone and everyone. Because kids are innocent. They want to play with anyone and everyone. They don't have, unless parents bias. So somebody may argue. But some vastu, some toys, whatever it is, one kid likes it, the other kid does not like it. One kid likes something, does not like the other thing. All this is what? Shobhana, Ashobhana, Adhyasa. Even kids have it. So, avicharita siddha dvaita vastu nimittatvat. What does this mean? This vastu, dvaita vastu is nimitta for Shobhana, Ashobhana, Adhyasa. Is it by itself? No. Avicharita siddha. This Adhyasa has come up, Shobhana, Ashobhana, Adhyasa, because we have not thought about it, whether this Vishaya really has characteristics as likable or dislikable. So we have not thought about it. All Adhyasa, all this is what Maya, Adhyasa, Avidya, all of this is what? Avidya and Avidya Karya. In Siddhanta, it is said, Vicharaha na sahate. Vicharam na sahate. So there is Vichara is pullinga, gai pratyantaya. So Vichara, it does not, the Vastu does not, stand scrutiny. Here Vichara is scrutiny. If you analyze and scrutinize, you know, Where has all this come from? What is the basis? You won't be able to find anything really concrete there. It will go away. The Brahma will go away. You won't find reality in the Brahma there. So we'll see more. So in the Tika, it is said, so adhyasasya cha iti. The next page, Tika says, sarvasyapi, okay. So avicharita siddha, mula itself. So the sentence is not complete. There is no pratika grahana there. So avicharita siddha dvaita vastu nimittatva. Adhyasasya cha. Adhyasa has its basis in avicharita siddha dvaita vastu. This dvaita vastu itself cannot be established if you do vichara. That is the meaning, another meaning there. So what about dvaita? Dvaitasya cha shuktika rajatadivat sarvasyapi satasiddha advitiya atma anavabodha matra upadanatvat avyavrittihi. Adhyasa won't go away. Adhyasascha avyavrittihi. Why? Avicharita siddha dvaita vastu nimittatvat. So if you say dvaita prapancha, now nobody, no Purva Pakshi worth his salt is going to come and say dvaita will end. There is no dvaita because everyone other than Advaiti is Advaiti. So no Dvaiti is going to say, oh, dvaita will also end. Somebody may say dvaita is prapancha will end on death. Somebody may say that, okay, this prapancha will be there as long as one is alive. After that, it will go away. That may be the argument, but nobody is going to say dvaita is not there. Only Siddhanti will say dvaita is not really there. Therefore, that Sangati is not been taken by the Tikakara also. Oh, what about Dvaita? Dvaita will also go off Swatayeva. None of that. No Purva Pakshi is going to say that Dvaita will go away. Dvaitas, but Siddhanti says now, Dvaitasya cha, Dvaita will be there. How long Dvaita will be there? Dvaita will be there forever for all Darshanikas. Astika, Nastika, Darshanikas, for all of them it will be there. Nastika, maybe Bauddha will say Shunya. But even in Shunya, Prapancha will be there, Shunya Buddhi will be there, and then the person who is pursuing himself is not there. So we don't take Bauddha seriously in sadhana. In the sadhana philosophical aspect, we may debate with them, but we don't take it as serious because Shruti itself says, Asanneva sabhavati, one who says Brahma is not there, Shunya, he will become as though non-existent. So why will you take anyone who is non-existent seriously? So Dvaita is going to continue. How? Dvaitasya cha avyavrittihi. Dvaita will also continue. How long? He says Shuktika. What is Dvaita really? Shuktika rajatadivat sarvasyapi. Sarvasyapi Dvaitasya. Every bit of Dvaita is what? Shuktika rajatadivat. Like the Rajata silver seen in Shuktika's shell. Like that it is. How long will it remain? It will remain as long as you, that is why avicharita. As long as you don't inquire into whether it is silver or shell, as long as you keep on seeing as silver and you have light towards silver, you won't inquire whether it is silver or not. So sarvasyapi dvaitasya shuktika rajatadivat swatas siddha advitiya atma anavabodha matra upadanatvat. Upadana, what is the karana for this dvaita? He said it is shuktika rajatadivat. So it is anavabodha matra karana, nimitta. So what is the nimitta? Anavabodha matra. Not understanding the fact. Anavabodha. Of what? Atma. What kind of Atma? Advitiya Atma. There is no other Atma. There is only one Atma. This is Siddhanta. And what is this Advitiya Atma? He said it is Swata Siddha. Only Atma is Swata Siddha. Sarvasya Dvaitasya Avyavritti. Why? Because Advitiya Atma is not known. What does it mean, Advitiya Atma? It not only does it mean that Atma is Advitiya, it also means that there is no other Anatma also. It means there is no other Atma. It also means there is no other Anatma also. That is the Advitiyatva. So not knowing this Atma as one, not having anything else, meaning there is no Dvaita. If there is Anatma or Atma separate from one Atma, then there will be Dvaita. But Siddhanti says there is Advitiya Atma. Atma is one without a second. There is no other Atma, there is no other Anatma, and it is Swata Siddha. For everything else, you need Atma. You say Prapanch, entire Prapancha is there. Ghatapatadi Prapancha is there. How do you know? Hey, I see it. So I has to precede there. I see it. I feel it. I smell it. I touch it. All of this, all of that has pramana in I. It starts with I. Every satta of object or every object satta, dvaitasya, dvitiyasya satta is by your satta. Somebody may say, it is not true. It is not my satta, it is somebody else's satta also. Even when I go to sleep, I don't see Ghatapatadi Prapancha, but my, my siblings see this, my friends have seen it, my spouse has seen it. What about your spouse? Who has seen that spouse, sibling, parents, who, friends, who saw it? So you saw it. So you are the basis. Atma is I. So for everyone, whoever's perspective you take, whosoever's perspective, that I, Atma, is one that gives satta to the Vishaya through the Indriyas, through the Antakarana. Satta is only of I. And that, what is that I? That Atma is Brahma, Satchidananda Brahma. Sat is the Lakshana of Brahma. So Siddhanti says the Dvaita will remain as long as there is no vichara on the Swarupa of Dvaita also and of Atma also. So Swatasiddha Advitiya Atma, as long as you do not know the Swarupa, nature of, then Anavabodha Matra, that will become Upadana. This Anavabodha Matra means what? Anavabodha is not absence, it is not ignorance. It is not ignorance, it is a lack of knowledge. It is misunderstanding, misconception. Avidya, nahi there is virodharthe, we have seen earlier. Therefore, what? Dvaitasya sarvasyapi avyavrittihi. It won't go away on its own. Swatasiddha Advitiya Atma Anavabodha has led to it. So if you have vichara, if you inquire into it, then Anavabodha will get converted into Bodha. Ajnana will go away. If it goes away, then Swatasiddha Advitiya Atma will shine forth on its own without any upadhis, without any shariradi sambandha. Then what? Then you can say that yes, slowly the Shobhana Ashobhana Dhyasa will go away because there is no Dvitiya Vastu. It will go away. Then slowly Ragadvesha will go away. Then Ragadvesha goes away. I mean, slowly in the sense you can see slowly. Not that everything will go away slowly. It will go away as soon as the Ajnana goes away. But one can understand in the journey that we have come from, Dukkha, what is the Karana so long. So you go in the reverse way. Shobhana Ashobhana Adhyasa won't be there. That is also Mithya. It won't have any Satta really. So that goes away. Then Ragadvesha basis has gone away. Karana bhavat karyasya api nivrutti. Karya will go away. Nimitta apaye naimittikasya api apaya will go away. That goes away. Then dharma won't come up because Ragadvesha are not there. Karma won't be there. So Vihita Nishiddha karma will be lacking. That is the karana for dharma punya papa. That will go away. Then dharma has led to deha upadana. You won't take deha, and therefore what? Dukkha won't be there, which is there due to deha upadana. This is the parampara of dukkha parampara. To this, Tika explains. Now the Tika is quite klishta here. It's very difficult to make sense of the entire sentence. So I have marked Moola Shabdas to understand first. So first, this entire thing is actually, if you look at it, Sarvasya, there's a long samasa. Swatas Siddha Advitiya Atma Anavabodha Matra Upadanatvat. So that is explained. I marked this in red. This Swatas Siddhatvat. See, if you read this Sarvasyapi Vibrama Prasarasya Swatas Siddhatvat, all this, Anvaya is not clear. So first we look at the Anvaya. What is it? Swatas Siddha is the word here. Swatas Siddha. So it is all in non-bold. The Tika is in bold. The Moola is in non-bold. So you see Swatas Siddha Advitiya. So Satasiddha Advitiyaha. Swatasiddha Advitiya. And he adds a Panchami here to say it is Hetu for Advitiya. Why is it Advitiya? Here he says Advitiya. How do you know it is Advitiya? He is Swatasiddha. You know Swatasiddhatvat Advitiya. Swatasiddhatvat Advitiya. Yaha ayam Atma. Yaha ayam Atma. Tasya Atmanah. Tasmin Atmane. So Atmani. So Tasya Atmana. What is that Atmana there? Atmanah Vishaya Bhutasya. Here you'll see Anavabodha. We'll see Anavabodha here, but he has given Tasya. So we'll just hold on to one here. Swatasiddha Advitiyaha Yaha Ayam Atma Tasya Tasmin. We'll see Tasya Tasmin later. Tasya Tasmin Yaha Ayam Anavabodha. Tasya Tasmin Yaha Ayam Anavabodha, because that is the Mula. Anavabodha Tanmatra Upadanatvat. So Anavabodha Matra Upadanatvat. Kasya? Sarvasya api Dvaitasya. So entire Dvaita is what? Having its basis in Anavabodha, non-understanding alone, or erroneous understanding. Better word is erroneous understanding alone. Of what? Of this Swatasiddha Advitiya Atma. That's all it is. That's the Samasa, which is explained Padataha by the Tikakara. Sarvasya api what? Vibrama prasarasya samuhasya. The entire Vibrama prasara is samuha. So Sarvasya api Vibrama prasarasya. Now this cannot be connected with the next word. This Sarvasya Vibrama prasarasya, the Anvaya is with Anavabodha. Anavabodha. With Anavabodha there is Anvaya. Anavabodha Matra Upadanatvat. So Sarvasya api Vibrama prasarasya, it will connect with the Anavabodha Matra Upadanatvat. Now what are the earlier two words in the Samasa? Those are explained separately. So there is a comma here, you have to separate this out and make an Anvaya with Anavabodha later. What is Swatasiddha? Swatasiddha is Atma. Swatasiddha means Swayam Prabha. It does not need any other intermediate Karana to know. You know everything based on your own presence and your own Satta and Bhana. To know your Satta and Bhana, you don't need anything else. Does not mean that you know yourself on your own. There is no, otherwise there will be Kartru Karma Virodha. So what Swayam Prabha here means that you don't need anyone else to prompt you, anything else to tell you. You don't objectify yourself. You are ever the subject. The subject does not need to become an object. Subject knows oneself and then enlightens the other objects, lights up the other objects. So that's what it means. Swatasiddhatvat means Swayam Prabhavatvat. And Advitiya is what? Dvitiya Shunya. Simple. Without having anything else. No other Atma is there. No other Anatma is also there. That kind of Yaha Ayam Atma, this very Ayam, this very my Swarupa, that Atma. Why? Why Advitiya? He says Dvitiyasya hi Jadasya. This Dvaita, Dvitiya is all Jada. Dvitiyasya hi Jadasya Swatasiddhi Anupapattehe. Jada cannot know Jada. Jada can be known only by a Chetana Vastu. That Chetana is Atma. Therefore, Atma alone can be Swatasiddha. Jada cannot be Swatasiddha. Jada has dependency on Chaitanya to be known. Ajada Chaitanya to be known. Therefore, Jadasya Swatasiddhya Anupapatte. Because it is not possible for Jada to be Swatasiddha, to be established on its own. It depends on the Chaitanya to be objectified. It's ever an object. Dvaita, entire Dvaita Jada, Prapancha is all Jada being Jada. Jadatvat eva what? It is an object. Ever the Vishaya, never the Vishayi. Never the subject. Jada is always the object. Including Antakarana, Buddhyadi. So Swatasiddhya Anupapatte Atma Siddhya Abhisambandhat Siddhi Eshtavya. We'll stop here, Eshtavya. So what is desirable? How can you establish the Dvaita Jada? Atma Siddhi Abhisambandhat. Only with the Abhisambandha with Atma Siddhi. Atma Siddha, as long as it is not there, meaning as long as I does not come up in the Buddhi, Aham, there is no possibility of objectifying the Jada and giving it reality. That's why in Sushupti you don't see any other object, any object. we are able to objectify the satta of anything because of what? Because of our coming up as a subject. In the buddhi, with the ahankara, when you have connection, that ahankara itself will become objectified. It will become objectified as an object. Then there is a tadatmya. Oh, this is me. Then alone something external. So that is the sampradaya of objectifying, where there is ahankara, where there is mamakara, paryanta. It goes. That is the journey of the satta from atma to the object. So because jada cannot be swatah siddha, it depends on atma siddhi, and with atma siddhi there will be sambandha. Then alone, when there is atma siddhi, I am there, I aham asmi. Then ghataha bhati, aham asmi aham bhami is swarupataya. But then abhisambandha with the object, any object, whether it is ahankara, whether it is ghatapatadi outside, all of that depends on your sambandha with it through indriyas in some manner to be objectified and get satta. So dvaitasya jadasya sarvasya siddhihi kathameshtavya. He says atma siddhi abhisambandhat. Only by atma siddhi abhisambandha. Now he says sambandha. Sambandha, how is a sambandha possible? That he is going to explain. We'll see in the next part. Jat sakshat satchidanandam pratyagadvayam akriyam tannamami nrusimhasya yogi gamyam param padam. Any questions? Yes, Sundaramanji.
Swamiji, today we saw that when there is a body identification, our actions results punya papa. That's okay. And so what happens to a yogi who has no body identification, but he still does some action? It won't attach him because he has no body identification. He knows his real nature. But the actions will accrue some results. So what happens to those results?
Okay, by yogi, if you mean jnani, who has
Jnani,
advaiti
jnani.
brahmajnani.
Yeah.
So by yogi, if you are taking brahmajnani, yes. So Tattvabodha says that there are two ways to look at it. So the punya and papa are generated. Now these, at the moment of jnana, there are karmas are threefold. There is a sanchita karma, there is agami karma, and there is prarabdha karma.
Yeah.
Okay, so sanchita karma is all past janma karma. Agami karma is what is going to come up after the jnanotpatti. Both of these are burnt.
Right.
Gita says that, jnanagnihi bhasmasat kurute. All karmas are what? Karmani bhasmasat kurute. Now, the Tattvabodha mentions, you can take it both ways. One is as Arthavada, and another as what? In really, factually also. So now prarabdha remains. So prarabdha remains. Prarabdha bhoga cannot be done by anyone else. That jnani sharira, through the sharira with the antakarana, he has to do bhoga. Now agami karma burns away. There are two explanations given. Tattvabodha says only one thing, but you can see it in two ways. So what happens to the karma which he is going to do? He has no kartrutva bhoktrutva bhava. Therefore the karma, therefore it says, because there is no claimant, it will go away. But one can see, how can karma go away? It will be there. Because jnana has already burnt what has gone by. How can it burn something which is going to come up? So when it comes up, they say all the punya and papa which accrues, since there is no claimant jnani, that will go to somebody who praises the jnani or worships the jnani. So punya results will go to his shishyas who praise him, his bhaktas. And those who criticize him, the papa phala will go to them. Okay, so this is explanation given in Tattvabodha. Now somebody may say, how can one's karma go to another? There is no such rule. So if somebody who does not know the rules, if he objects, then you can say it is Arthavada. What will happen is that karma will burn, but another karma that has been done by the shishyas or others, bhaktas or those who hate him, So the new karma comes up. So this karma goes away and another karma comes up. Therefore, it appears as though it is being transferred. This is one explanation. The other explanation is there is no such rule that one's karma cannot go to another. Why? Because, for example, Shraddha karma. There are a couple of people who said that they can't come to the class because they have to do Shraddha. Now, Shraddha karma, who does the Shraddha karma? Shraddha karma is done by the child.
Yeah.
It accrues to the parent. The result accrues to the parent. Right?
Ah.
And there are others also. Yajamana, for the Yajamana, somebody else does the karma. So with the
Yeah.
Sankalpa, there is a transfer of phala.
Yes.
So you can say, take whichever is more appealing to you. But the fact is that Punya and Papa accrue to the others. However you take that aspect, the fact what should be our focus is that the Jnani does not get any Punya Papa phala anymore. That
Okay.
should be the focus. What happens is okay, it's a curiosity question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But whether it gets transferred or it ends and then something new comes up, you take whichever meaning appeals to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Anyone else?
Swamiji, Samanadhikaranam, Samanadhikaranam is at the same time and the same place, is it?
Samanadhikarana is adhikarana is same in the same adhikarana where you are sitting at the same place. So where the dukkha nivritti took place in the atma, you say in the atma, jiva atma, dukkha nivritti took place in me. There is no dukkha in me at that point of time. That dukkha going away in me, there is pragabha of another dukkha in me. So adhikarana is samanam adhikaranam yayo. They are samanadhikarane. So in the same locus, wherever the dukkha was there, that went away. Now in the same place, there is pragabha of other dukkhas. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll see you in the next part. Namaste. Day after tomorrow.
Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji.